but I'd like to introduce Ella Yelich O'Connor to the stage to give her last year's winner speech or something.
No big deal. And Charlotte, of course. Hi. Thank you so much for having me. This is amazing. I feel like those were such beautiful speeches, and I'm probably not qualified enough to be speaking. That's okay. Thanks so much to IMNZ and Red Bull and all those other sponsors that you mentioned, and Galatos for putting on this event. This venue is so great. I love it so much. Played my first ever show here. I was probably really crap. I can't remember. Okay, I'll tell you the truth. I am a little bit nervous about speaking tonight. I speak publicly a lot at award shows and other events with varying degrees of preparation, but more often than not, I am the underdog. I'm from that country Americans definitely can't place on a map. I'm young and comparatively scruffy looking, and there's nothing really wrong with my face, but I do some things with it that make you feel uncomfortable. Here, though, I'm about as far from an underdog as you can get, sitting in my pop castle in Morningside, churning out hits, drinking the blood of 660 for strength. And especially in this room, surrounded by some of the most technically talented, painfully underheard musicians New Zealand has to offer, it's fair to say I'm the odd one out. So you can understand my apprehension at giving this speech. I emailed the Taite Prize people for a little help. They emailed back, "Acknowledge the award and your achievements this year." I checked to see if there was more. Maybe the email had been formatted incorrectly, but that was it. Thank you. So, the award. The award is awesome. It's really heavy. I probably spend more time oiling it than SJD spends oiling his six-pack. The award is special. It's special to me because it showed me that the stories I had written with Joel Little meant something to people who actually really care about music, and that is a really cool thing. It's special to me because I make almost stupid music, simple music, pop music, the kind of music this room is generally a safe haven from, and I understand how difficult it must have been to award it here. I couldn't hear if that said crap or great. I'm just gonna roll with it. It humbled me and made me happy to know that simple music can move hardened musos like it moves me. The award is weighty in more ways than one. It represents memories of being a young person in New Zealand, discovering music not all of my friends liked, going on Bandcamp, going to shows I'm sure many of you did and still do. My life and musical memories are inextricably linked with the musicians that surround this award, this year and in the years past. I went to see Electric Wire Hustle, where they played a free concert during the Rugby World Cup. What was that, 2011? It was front row on that barrier, would not give up my spot for the life of it. I don't think it was like, I probably wouldn't have had too hard a time hanging on to that barrier. Anyway, it was probably about 7 p.m. as well, I remember, but it felt late and it blew my mind. I sat with Holly of Tiny Ruins at Conch last year. We had dinner with a mutual friend, and I remember thinking she was the smartest girl I'd ever met. And I love her record so much. I can see it, so that's awesome. My friend put Grayson Gilmore on a mix CD. We had a thing we would trade mix CDs complete with handmade cover art. I remember listening to humble punk rock at the bus stop. I saw Tom Scott not too far down the road at a Farside concert at the studio back in August 2012. I Googled that date. And I said hi very nervously, and he went like this, which I thought was very kind of Pharrell of him. By the way, at the time it was the cool thing to say you had shouted Tom Scott a sesh. If I had $1 every time I'd heard that story, I'd have enough to shout Tom Scott a sesh. These are real stories, real people, looked up to by thousands, including me. These musicians... Taxi? Whoa. These musicians and dozens more recognized by this award make up who I am. They're the fabric of all of us, I guess, and that is the weightiest thing I'm ever going to have on my mantelpiece. The second half of the speech is supposed to be about my achievements since winning this award, but I know that no one cares about those, so here are some more personal triumphs of the last year. I've learned how to play a show. That doesn't sound like a particularly big thing, but I went from not being the kind of person that would know how to entertain a room full of people to just being so happy and so comfortable on stage and having such a good time every night and going to play these crazy festivals in Atlanta or in Portugal or California or wherever, and it being such a cool thing for me. Whether I'm, thank you, and I'm sure you guys know what it's like, whether you're sick, as I'm sure many people are on the road, or really mad about something, or just feeling shitty, that has been learned. Last year, I was to go on stage in Las Vegas. We were playing on the roof. Really weird hotel in Vegas. Very weird in general. It's like for me, because I am obviously not old enough to go out and like rave in Vegas. I'm just like in my hotel room. But everything is like, all the food is really weird. I don't know. Very loud, very bright. And so it kind of just like fucks with your head a little bit. Me and my sister were there, my older sister, and we were just like really tired and really sick. And we had a fight, and she actually scratched a bit out of my arm, which I still have the scar from, so, now I can go on stage following stuff like that, so it's cool. I've gotten really good at hand-washing my undies in hotel bathrooms. I can do just about anything on 4 hours sleep and an energy drink. I wasn't gonna say Red Bull, because this is like, I don't know, that's a Red Bull thing. But, okay, Red Bull. I managed to only make half a fool of myself in one time. Like amazing effect on people, and he walked past me and I down the street. It feels like a stumble forward. It feels like reaching out. And that, I guess, is the main thing. That we all make this stuff and feel this way, like something is in its right place, like we're whispering or shouting a truth. In some ways, that feeling of a chorus jangling around in your head or of listening through to the final master of something new, that's the prize-winning part. And all of you deserve it. Both the actual, shiny, heavy prize and the feeling. Well, each of you have a fantastic night. You're going to smash